All right, red button, red nose, let's go. So I'm gonna hit you with a cosmic slap in the face. Uh, Especially for those of you that are. The glare is a little bit annoying. I'll stay like that. Stay a little bit mysterious, a little bit incognito. Okay, so for all of you hippie types, for all of you spiritual types, for all of you kind of esoteric occult, gonna go to the up in the Alps or the Appalachian mountains to find myself kind of people. For all of you oceanic feeling type beat individuals, I want to just let you understand one thing about oneness. So, at some point in your life, in some kind of special state of mind, or completely out of a sudden, you might have been hit by this unquestionable realization of universal oneness. And there's many ways this specific state is named across cultures, across vocabularies that try to describe experience and the phenomenology of such a kind of insight. But it is in itself this. The important thing about it is that the whole of the world is one, and anything, even anything that you can imagine as being outside of it, is within the realm of existence. So existence is this thing that always precedes any kind of addition to it. There's nothing that then can be added to it. It is one, it is unified. It all happens within it. It is coherent, it is everything, and we're all inside of it, and we're in that sense not that different. We are interrelated within the cosmic whole. So that's the realization put into words, which in fact, when it is properly experienced, it really cannot be put into words. This is not really doing justice to it. But the thing is that even if you're like, when one has this realization, it cannot be, it is irreversible, the kind of shift that happens to one's mental processes and one's way of being in the world, because the world is one now. All of a sudden, once it was fragmented, now it's one. But it still seems fragmented. So, to somebody who has experienced this, it would sound like anathema, as the biggest blasphemy of all, to say that the cosmos existence is actually not unitary, it's not unified, it's not self-consistent. It would be catastrophic. What else would it be if not one? You had the experience, right? So here's what I want to say, that the feeling that you get, the sense that this is unquestionable, that this in itself, the feeling of unity, of cosmic unity in itself, is unquestionable. When you enter into that state, it is unquestionable that you are there, and it's unquestionable that what you experience and see. What is, however, questionable is the assumption that it makes, which is not necessary, that because of that, the world itself, whatever is outside of you, what can not be contained within your consciousness ever, this open-ended thing is also one. But what this essentially is, because you can enter a meta-realization afterwards, if you are so keen to do so, is that what this refers to is not the world, but it is to attention itself. When you have this insight of cosmic unity, what you have is the insight of the unity of attention. That you can only really fully, wholly attend to one thing at a time, ever. And this is not banal. This is not just lowering it down, because you now realize that this point of singularity is actually you. That this wholeness, that this full engulfment into being is you. You are it. You are oneness. But you are the only one who has, at that point, the experience of oneness. Because we're all having other experiences of oneness at the same time. So essentially, we're in this multiplex of oneness. Oneness is real, but it is also contained into something that is even bigger than fundamental cosmic unity. And once you realize that, the shift that happens again is also irreversible. You cannot see the world as a closed system. You cannot see any system as a closed system. Yet you can see at the same time, you can understand the unity, you can understand the coherence of the beings that you encounter, of the other people that you see, of the other animals, of the other plants, of the other forms of life that you encounter, of systems, of whatever, of identities. All of them have oneness. There is a plurality of oneness. And this is a much more respectable, a much more intimate way of being in reality, because you realize that when you treat somebody else, you're not the same thing. You're both one of your own, singular. And you cannot be, ever be, the other. It is this tension that actually is fundamental to the world. Is this tension between the unity that exists at its time and its tension, its otherness. And it's not like I am just like pulling these things out of my ass. This is basically Hegel, and I'm starting from Kant, I'm going to Hegel, and then whatever you want, you can put out of it. You can sprinkle some. If you're philosophically minded, you can sprinkle some Deleuzian shit or whatever. But I don't want to get there. I want to stick at the importance of the insight, right? It is nothing to be afraid of. A world of non-unity, because there are scales of unity, but we must always understand the oneness that is at each and every point there. And the best way to do it is to focus, because when you focus, when you put attention vertically oriented towards the thing reveals itself in its singularity. It reveals itself in its oneness, because its oneness is inherent to it. It is not that oneness is only existent in the thing that is the biggest thing of all the things, the set of all sets, the all-encompassing matrix of all existence. That is not here and now, that is not you, that is not me, that is not this device you're holding. What the fuck? This is not gonna get you anywhere. Constantly deferring to a metaphysical thing that is not here, that is not present. Because you once had the experience of presence. And when you have the experience of that, we're not talking about the world. We're not talking about an abstract thing that you cannot contain in your consciousness. Oneness can be contained, because that's how consciousness works, with selective light. So that's that's the cosmic slap for today. So you can now just go and live life as if it is easy to do so. If anything from what I've said to you actually but I think this is actually much more humbling, much more intimate, much more imminent form of insight than whatever other new age bullshit you might have and polluting your head for now. But no offense here. You are, if any of this makes sense, you are actually on the right track, whatever this means for you. So keep riding into the universal non-oneness.